Hey everyone, Carrot here, and I'm back with another tutorial on the instant minecart trading system with villagers. So basically, I have seen no other ways of doing this, so I hope it's the first way. But how this works is basically you select which village you want, so you can choose from all the villagers: butcher villager, librarian, priest, blacksmith, and just a plain villager. So let's go with the butcher. And then what you do is you click the button, and then he will come to you along this line, and then you can trade with him. So you give him 15 pork chops for a emerald. And then you can send him back. And just say you wanted to do a different trade with another villager, then what you do is just say we want the priest villager, just because they wear an awesome purple robe. You click that button, and then the minecart would come. Did I click it? Yeah, you click the button, and then here it comes. The minecart will come, and then you can trade 2 emerald for a redstone. So then you can send him back, and it's the same for the rest of them. Librarian, you press that. Here comes the librarian. What's he got? 13 books. And then over here we have the blacksmith. So that's the blacksmith there. I didn't see what he traded with, and then you've just got the plain villager. So yes, that's basically what it is. So you can have multiple villagers come up the one line, and you can just trade with them. Now let's set the time to 0 before zombies come out and kill them. There we go. Lag in 1.3. So basically how this works is all you have is a it's actually not that hard. This is where they come up. So they'd come up here, and then so these are their holding pens. So that's like that's the butcher in there, and the librarian there, priest, blacksmith, and normal villager. So how this works is basically when you press one of those buttons. So just say the butcher here is this button here, so then that powers this, which comes over here. It inverts, comes on top of the line, if I can fly up there, and then it comes over here and powers this minecart. But as you can see, these tracks, they don't match up because they are all going in different directions. So to fix that, I have a detector rail underneath here, and then which powers this here, then a T flip-flop here, which inverts the current into like a lever instead of a button, and then that just basically, this piston will move up and down, and that'll power this, which then goes off and powers this, or depowers that, which then changes that over. So basically now, if I was to move this guy from his holdings pen, let's hope I can get down there and do it, move. So as you can see, you can hear the pistons, and then that changes like that. And that's how it works, but unfortunately with this though, there are some flaws. So basically you can't press 2 buttons at the same time, otherwise, first of all, you wouldn't even be able to reach the villager, and second of all, if you were to choose this villager, say, it would come through here, and then it would go straight on that way, or it depends on which way's north. I'm pretty sure that way's north that way, so that doesn't make sense though, because the sun's over there. So that's how that works, and then basically what you do when you press this button, all it does is it just powers that rail there, and then that just sends the villager back. And you couldn't hear the pistons, but with this one though, it's quite good because I didn't have to put a detector rail because it just went straight there. But just say for this one needs to change the most of them, so we'll fire this guy along. So will he go? No, he won't. Of course he won't. So you can see that. And then if we will be not, oops, that's bad. Oh well, if we were to place that there, he gets powered out, and then you can watch the tracks change like that. So that's basically how that works. Now I'll show you guys how to build this more simply and deconstruct it. Okay, to start off with, what you'll want to do is you'll want to place the line how you want it to go. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're just going to do 3, a simple one, but you can build off that. So what you do is just say this is where you want the villagers to be delivered up onto this block here. And so at this block you'd place a powered thing, rail, and then you'd come across here, out here, until as long as you wanted the track to be, and then what you'd do is you'd turn it any way you want. Now, once you've done this, you need to turn it a different direction, or and then what you do is you can turn it left, and then right, and then once again you come out here a bit more, and then you go left or right. So now that you have this simple out track, so now there is 3 places for these villagers to go. And so what you do now is at the end you want at least you would want to leave 1 block gap just to make sure that the detector rail doesn't interfere with any wiring, and then you'd put another one here, and then you'd put a power plate there. So you do that with all of them like this. So 1, 2, detector rail, then 1, then 1. So 1, 2, detector rail, then 1, then 1 of those. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to build the encasing around the villagers. So for this part we're going to use yellow wool to show the encasing. Oh no, we're not going to use yellow wool, sorry. We'll use you need a half slab, so preferably a block that matches half slabs if you want this out in the open. So we'll use an oak wood slab and a normal oak wood. So basically how this works is you have you build a barrier around like this. This is so the villager cannot escape, and because when you exit out of the game, what happens is the villager will exit the minecart unless it is pushed back into it, and then you put a half slab like that. Therefore the villager is stuck in here, and when you power the minecart it will get pushed out and stuck into the minecart anyway. So do this with all of them, and then I will be back. Once you have made the 3 little boxes, what you then would do is you'd clear out a small space like this, preferably 3 blocks wide and 5 or 6 blocks long, just to give you some working room. And then what you'd do is you'd place directly underneath this, you dig out a block and you place the redstone, then you place it down on the ground again. Now what you do here is you place a block like that. Any type of block will do. I'll use actually just to make this clear, I'll use yellow wool for the T flip-flop. Right now we are building the T flip-flop, which will stop the minecart from just powering this once and keeping it so it can travel back on its own. So now what you do is you place that yellow wool, then you place this redstone torch, and then another yellow wool on top of it, and then directly opposite to the redstone torch you place another block. You then place a another repeater that is set on 3, followed by another block, and then here you place a wire, and then a torch. So basically every time you press this inlet, it will switch. Well, actually it's not quite done yet, so we'll place that back. Now what you do is you have 1 block coming out, and then over here clear out some more space this way, and then you have a sticky piston facing this way with another block, and then over here you'd have a repeater facing that way with a redstone torch behind here, which would then, and a redstone block there. Now basically what happens with this is it turns a button push, so like 2 presses into 1. So as you can see here, if we press this button, this is now powered. Then if we press this button again, it's depowered. So you want this depowered for the start, and then so you connect that up because that is our input there. And then what you do is you connect this up to the first route that it would need to take. So you'd need to connect this up to here, and then you wouldn't need to connect it up to anything else because the rest of the track is straight. Before you can finish with the T flip-flop, what you must do is underneath each of these tracks you must place a redstone torch, which will be powered, so that way you know which way the track is going to be facing. As you can see, the track did not change when it was powered, which means it would stay the same the whole time, which is good. So then what you have to do now is you have to connect this wire up from here over to the one that is disabling it from going through a straight path. So you connect this up like this. So you just dig around. Make sure you avoid the other wire as much as possible. Do not connect it up like that, otherwise it won't work properly. So then what you do is you come down here. You can dig down just to help find your way, and you connect it up like so. What you need to do is you need to void. What you need to do is you would need to you need to be facing as you power it, otherwise it does not work. So now what happens is every time a minecart is placed on this track, if I can get a minecart, every time a minecart is placed on the track, you should see that change. So if we destroy it, then place another one, it should come back. So that gives it the effect as if as the minecart rolls out over it. Let's do that. As the minecart rolls out, it'll do that, so it can come around the corner. Then as it rolls back in again, it will change back, so that way this minecart can come if needed. Now, what you do is exactly the same for the other side, so do that, and I will be back soon. Once you have built both of these repeated T-flip-flops, you can cover up whatever you need. Just make sure that when you do cover it up that you leave these two blocks here free, otherwise the system will not function properly. So you can cover everything else up except for these two blocks, because if you cover this up it'll break the circuit, which is a problem. Now as you can see, you don't need this detector rail here because it just travels straight through without any need for powering. So now what I'll show you to do is how to hook up the buttons in order to make the villagers come when you want them to. So what you do is you will use green wool for the button parts and how the buttons get wired. So what you do is you place, in this case there's 3, so you can place them, preferably 2 apart is easiest, but you can put them closer together, it's just it'll take much more redstone. So we don't need that anymore. And what you can do now is you can place the 3 buttons. Then what you do is you can build this anywhere as long as you have enough redstone to get it to the place that it needs to be. So first up, you connect this to where you want it to go. So first off, we'll connect it up to this one here. You have to leave this back block here, otherwise it will not work. But what you can do is you can replace a repeater behind it and power the mine track through there. So what we'll do first is we'll power it like that. We will use this green wool and we'll go underground underneath the track, because that would be the most efficient way to do it. And we will then I will bring you back in once I have finished clearing this. So basically, once you've done this, you'd connect up a wire. If it's more than 15 blocks, you'd use a repeater. This is more than 15 blocks, so I'm going to have to use a repeater. And you'd place the repeater somewhere in the middle, just to give it more strength. So, not that that matters. You place that in the middle there, and then when you press that button, that rail should power, like this. So you press the button, and then the minecart comes out, like so. So that's basically how that works, and what you do now is you connect it up to the other 2, which I will do now. Okay, now once you've got this all hooked up, what you can do is, as you can see, they are all hooked up. It doesn't matter how you hook them up as long as it isn't interfering with anything, and I know it's a bit messy, but I just needed to get it done. So you can see that now the second one works, and that changes direction, and also now if I push that in further, and now the third one works again as well. So as you can see, that worked for a short while, but as you can see, when you do press them, it doesn't quite go the full way, which is why you need to place powered rails. Now, it can be quite risky placing powered rails, as they can interfere with the track, but what I recommend is you place a powered rail here. To do this, you just simply sorry, not there. You place it right here, and now to do this, it's you just place a I'll use red wool for the power track. With the red wool, you just place that there, and it does not affect anything. It does not affect any redstone circuits, and you can then place the track on top, like so, and it is powered, and the track still works. So now what'll happen is when you press this button over here, the minecart. Oops, wrong minecart. That doesn't help. Let's try that again. So now when you press the third button, it will power the minecart out, and it will come here. Now you may also want another minecart powered track just here or somewhere along here. Now let's put that back in. It'll work vice versa on the way back in, so it'll be just as powered on the way back in. So what you'll do is you put another one here somewhere. On the longer stretches it's a bit easier, as you don't need, it won't interfere with anything. So you place one there, and then you can place one here. Whoops. If it does this, it doesn't matter, because what you can do now is you can move this wiring across so it does not interfere anymore. And okay, well, this one's slightly a problem. So if we were to connect this back up again, to fix this or to get around this, what you can do is you can just simply place a torch here, but it does not look as good. So make sure you plan that out in the design before you do this. And we'll just place another one here. Hopefully there's no wiring here. No, there isn't. So place that there, red wool to mark it out, and then red wool on top, and a nice powered rail for that. Then you may want another one here just to make sure it gets all the way through. So red wool down there, just to show you guys what's what. Powered rail there, and powered rail. So now all three minecarts should be working fine. So we had the first minecart. I didn't press that button, did I? First minecart sends that out, and then basically here what you want is, I'll use blue wool for this part. Oh, that's not blue wool. Now what happens is, this is the receiving end. Basically what happens now is you want the to be able to pick up your people and do the trades with them. So what you can do is you'll need something like a barrier here to stop it, and then we'll send this one back. You'll need a barrier like that to stop it, and you place a button here or a lever, if a button's best. So what happens now is you send out your minecart. So your minecart will come. As you can see, it did not quite make it all the way, but that is mainly caused by there's no mobs in it. So I guess before we test it, let's put our people in it. So I'll get out our spawn eggs, thank goodness for those, otherwise we'd have to go round them up in the village over there. Where'd it go? Oh, did I just put that in my survival inventory? Probably. So place him in there, him in there. No. This is exactly why I had a diamond sword. Okay, just, you're right out there. Place, oh, no. There. Okay, he's in there. Okay, he decided to go for a ride already. So now you can see he shoots right across, then he stops up here, and then you can send him back after you've traded with him. Now you don't want any villagers running astray, otherwise they'll do that. And then one more here, and he'll go again. The reason why you want to do this is so that way they can't get out, and it's also easier to push them in when they first come out, as long as they don't run away. So now we have a perfectly functioning my village trading minecart system, and that's pretty much how you build it. If I get a massive lag spike here, wow, that was huge. And so you press the buttons. You can have the buttons any way you want, as long as they can reach. You get your person, you trade with them, and you press the button again, and then you can choose another person you want to trade with, and trade with them, send them back, and then trade with the third person. And whoops, and there you have it. So I hope that's being clear enough for you guys. You can build them bigger, but it just becomes more complicated as you need to send the power to more systems. So like with this one here, I'll give you a quick show. This, he has to power that one and that one. It isn't that difficult, you just have to send the redstone wiring a bit further. So how did you get in here? I don't know. So that comes through here, and then that goes off, powers that torch there, but this continues on anyway, and goes, well, that was there for a reason. Place that back, and then that powers this one over here also, but this one also needs to power it. So you can have double connectors, or you can just simply join the two lines together to form one. So that's pretty much how it works, and as we try to fly up into the setting sun with the village, I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.